I'm so embarrassed that I said that.
It just shows who you are as a person. I think that's great. Hi, this is Ones to Watch Chef's Choice. I'm Abby Kenna. This is Ayleen Valentine.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm good. Your makeup and like the red coordination is so Valentine.
Oh my God. Really?
Yes, I would say. I've been watching so many videos about colored mascara, and I think that you've just convinced me I need to like bring color into my life.
Yes. I've always wanted to get like the blue mascara.
Yeah, that's what it was. It's like us brown-eyed girls need to do something.
Yeah, it like really makes the eyes pop.
Yeah, I think if I did red though, that would not go over. It would give allergies for me.
But like that's kind of a look too.
Sick is in.
Yeah. No.
Well, what are you up to today?
I was like sick all of last week, like
Yes.
deathly sick.
Yeah.
And I refused to go to the doctors to get antibiotics until like a week into the sickness. So I'm finally recovering now.
This is good.
And I'm getting back to my life.
Yeah, you said you have a dog here?
Yes. His name is Arca, like the musician.
Oh my God, of course. When did you get him?
I got him like last year. It's almost been a year.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm always curious if people that have dogs in LA are like, it's pandemic baby dogs.
No, he wasn't part of the pandemic.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not a pandemic child.
No.
I love this.
Do you have a dog?
I do not. I want a cat so bad.
Get
But-
one. Get one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everyone tells me no
Do it.
because I fear that I can barely take care of myself as it is.
That's what you say, but then like it like gives you a reason to like take care of yourself and like walk outside and like walk your dog and
Sometimes it is hard
be
to
in
leave
the sun.
house.
Exactly. It like
Yeah.
surprisingly helps you take care of yourself.
Okay, shit.
Yeah.
So I need to get a cat that I can walk.
Yeah, I don't know if that applies to cats, but
Well, I've been running lately. That's been my shtick
ooh.
as of late. It's weird because like I started running because I was like, oh, I can listen to my like emo like new metal music. This is a good place for it. And now I've been like doing silent runs, and then I write a lot when I'm running.
You write like
Yeah,
in
like,
your head?
Yeah, I'm like singing to myself while I'm running around my neighborhood.
That's so productive.
It kind of is. Like it was supposed to be a good break for me, and now it's turned into me doing more work.
Oh no.
So good
The
times.
grind doesn't stop.
It doesn't stop. And I could be wrong, but I think we may have gone to college together.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I'm not sure if we overlapped completely, but you went to Berkeley, right?
Yeah.
When did you start?
2019.
I also started in 2019.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wait. Did you graduate?
Yeah. In 2022 though.
What if we had a class together?
I don't think we did, but I was like, how do I bring this up without sounding like a
What
stalker?
what was your major?
I was songwriting.
Oh wow.
What was yours?
Production?
Okay.
Yeah.
I always wish I had done production now. Because songwriting was dope, but I like open Logic and I feel like a buffoon.
Really?
Yes.
Well, they didn't use Logic, so
What did you do? Pro Tools?
Pro Tools.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's like, why are we studying who uses Pro Tools? I've never pulled up to a session on Pro Tools.
What do they usually use?
Ableton.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
what I assumed. I don't know. When in the songwriting major, we got to like choose our DAW, but then we had like 2 classes in it, so it didn't even really matter. So now I'm just stuck in Logic. But
Same, but I like being stuck in Logic.
yeah, why?
I don't know. It's just like visually like comfortable for me. Like whenever I use Ableton, I just feel so like bleh.
Yeah, it's
like
very
all gray.
sterile.
It's
Yeah.
very sterile.
I love like being like, okay, what's my color scheme for this session? Choosing all different shades of purple
Yeah.
for the vibe. But how did you like Berkeley?
It was okay. I think going to school for art is just weird in general because how do you teach somebody like I feel like music and like anything artistic is about taste, and you can't really teach taste. That's just like inherent and like natural in people.
Yeah.
And so like, yeah, you can teach like songwriting structure and keys and theory and all this other stuff, but I don't know. You don't need any of that to make good music.
Yeah, I totally agree. I feel like the songwriting major was interesting because there was a lot of like tools to make a good song, and we were all using the tools well, but I don't know, sometimes you just don't have like the style figured out yet or like a perspective for what you're saying, so it's like kind of empty sometimes.
Yeah. And like a lot of my music, for example, like I don't really rhyme that much. Like a lot of my songs end like with weird rhyming patterns, and I'm like, oh, that like at Berkeley they would have taught me to like change that or like fix it, and I'm like,
yeah,
there's no like one way to like do things, you know. And a lot of my favorite artists do things like incorrectly, you know.
Yeah, I kind of am like unlearning a lot of that stuff.
Exactly. Yeah.
But anyways, we went to school together.
That's crazy. I wonder if we know anyone.
We probably do. We can do a rundown of the Instagram mutuals later. But when did you start making music in life?
I started making music, well, I've always been like really fascinated with music. Like I always like, you know, those little toy keyboards with like all the songs on them, and you could like kind of like learn how to play the songs. I started like that, like playing like a bunch of piano songs in my house on this shitty keyboard, and then I got super into Hannah Montana, and I literally wanted to be her. Like,
shut up.
I don't know what was wrong with. Is this like
such an important part of the lore? The amount of times I've seen the Hannah Montana movie is crazy,
dude. Yes, same.
Yeah. I had that Miley Cyrus album in my car growing up, and that was like all my mother and I listened to. It's awesome. Okay, anyways.
She's so pivotal to the girlhood.
The girlhood of a 2001 baby.
Yes. Yeah. So important. So she really shaped like, oh my God, like I literally want to be like her. And I would like, I bought the wig. I would just pull up to like restaurants and like sing on the stages at the restaurants with my hand. Like it was crazy.
Oh, this is great.
But then eventually I actually started to learn like, oh, then Avril Lavigne. I was like, I want to play guitar like her. So then I learned guitar. And then in high school is when I like actually started to like learn production and like record songs and do it for real, you know? Yeah.
Did you put out any music in high school?
No.
Okay.
I didn't. I put out my first song in college while I was at Berkeley.
Nice. Is it still out on streaming?
Yes.
Okay, love.
Yeah, I don't like when artists like take down their like old music. I feel like it's part of like your journey.
It's part of the lore. It's
part of the lore.
I actually just wiped all of my old high school music from streaming. No. But like, I agree because it does feel a little like, oh, I feel like I'm lying, kind of.
Well, it's not even like lying. I think it's just cool for like people that like discover you to see like, oh my God, like this is what she sounded like, and like this is what she sounds like now. Yeah. Like, oh my God, how do we get from like point A to point B? You know,
that's true.
It's cool.
My mother is committed to the idea of me like eventually releasing an album and putting all of them back on as like deluxe tracks.
Oh.
So yeah, she's like total momager.
Whoa. She's like a marketing.
Kristen goes off. She knows everything. It's true. She knows all.
We love Kristen.
I know. I love it. Well, I'm curious, if someone had never heard your music before, where would you want them to start?
So usually when I meet someone and they're like, oh, what songs should I listen to? I ask them like, what songs do you like to listen to? Because I have so many different like I have like a rock song or like indie or like just like acoustic or like completely electronic.
Yeah, there's like different avenues in.
Yeah, so I'm like, where do I start? Because I usually ask the person like what they like and then kind of cater it to that. Yeah. But I'd say in general, I'd probably start someone off with Why Do I Do That, which is like one of my most popular ones.
Blood rushing down my skull. You're the one I used to call, and now I'm on the run. Why to do that? Why to do that? Why do you do that? Why do you do that?
It's because I feel like it's the most like digestible. Like you kind of get a vibe of the songwriting.
Yeah. Like an easy way in, and then it gets weirder.
And then it
as
gets
you get
weird because
deeper.
I feel like if I start too weird, then it's gonna like throw people off.
Which is almost like a good way to do it sometimes, because it's like, oh, if you don't like the weird stuff, do I even want you listening?
Exactly. But I have a lot of non-weird songs too. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, you know.
Yeah, good happy medium.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tell me about the song. How did it come about?
Ooh, damn, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Honestly, I had just started this antidepressant called Wellbutrin.
Sick.
Do not take that antidepressant.
Oh, no?
No.
Why not?
It gave me a seizure.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, but
Okay, King.
but before that, I was having a really good time and I was like so productive. I was like writing all these songs, and Why Do I Do That was one of those Wellbutrin baby songs.
Love.
And yeah, I mean, with most of my songs, it's literally just me hunched over the computer in the darkness, like pulling out my hairs, like being like, what do I write here?
Yeah.
So for like hours, I was just like, I feel like I'm onto something. You know, you're ever like writing a song and you just feel like intuitively like this is something good, like keep going.
Yes, absolutely.
It was one of those.
Yeah, you have to like push through the I don't know what to say next and be like, this is worth it.
And then once it clicks, it like clicks and it's
Totally.
easy for the rest of it. So yeah, it was like that for like the first like 2 or 3 hours, and then it made sense and it was easy.
Yeah.
And yeah.
So do you usually start songs like producing and writing at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's literally just in Logic, I'll open a session, start with like a backbone of a beat, like drums and some chords.
Cool.
Like a super basic idea of what the vibe of the song is going to be, and then just like word vomiting over the beat.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting because like I feel this way about like trying to figure out a melody. Sometimes you land on a vowel and you're like, okay, I don't know what this is about, but that vowel sounds right there.
Yeah, I feel like I never go into songs being like, oh, this is what it's going to be about. It's usually like me like singing into the mic and then hearing like words and being like, oh, that kind of sounds like I said like tree in the hill or something, you know?
And then you kind of like work backwards and find a concept.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So does it end up being about like a real life thing eventually? Yeah,
eventually I kind of find a way to like tie it in with like how I'm feeling at the moment or like how I've felt in the past. It's really funny how it works out that way, but
yeah, I often hear this where artists are like, yeah, I wrote this song and it was about nothing, and then a couple months later I realized it was about this hyper specific thing I was going through. It's
so weird how that happens.
It's like subliminal messaging yourself.
Yeah, for the future, like this is what you needed to like hear or
yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like songwriting is like the therapy session you give yourself.
No, it 100% is. In the past, I'd always like measure how good a song was that I wrote by like if I sobbed while making it.
Oh my god.
Like my first EP, Tonight I Don't Exist, I literally sobbed writing every single song on it. Yeah.
In like in a frustrated way, in a sad way?
No, it's just like while I would sing into the mic, like coming up with like lyrics, I would just like start like crying of like emotion, like of what I was writing about.
That's great.
Yeah.
That honestly means that you've actually like tapped in.
Yeah, no, it's very therapeutic for sure.
That's great. Do you write with other people ever, or does it usually just start with you?
I actually never write with anybody. I never write or produce with anybody. I'm a pretty like solo type of creative. I don't know. I like just like being in my room, and I don't know. I get kind of like weird when I produce and do songs, so I feel
weird
like
how
just like I'll like literally scream into my mic or like do like sound really ugly for like some songs. Like I have like literally like that. Like my roommate will be like, what's going on in there? But then with all the elements together, it's like, oh, that makes sense. Like it's a sound.
I think the uglier takes are so much more like captivating than just like making your voice sound pretty.
No, yeah, it could all be cool and stylistic if you like execute it right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I get scared like doing all these like weird things with other people.
Yeah, I feel like you'd have to find someone that's like a close collaborator that you work with.
Yeah, that you really trust
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting though. I feel like that's a very different route for someone in LA. Like, this is the land of sessions.
I know, and I think I'm gonna get back into sessions because now I'm like so lonely. Like, I feel like that's like a good way to like make friends.
Yeah.
You know, like just
true.
meeting other musicians and stuff. But
yeah, but you do kind of have to sit there and like tell them your entire like life trauma.
Yeah.
Be like, all right, we're on the same like playing field. You know what I'm working with.
yeah.
But cool. And your upcoming, well, not upcoming single, but your most recent single, you produced that yourself as well.
Yes, Miss Ask Nicely.
Miss Ask Nicely.
You're a ball and chain and my body's sinking out. And I've been going through. You just do what you do. Would you stay for me? I rise nicely, and you never do.
I had some help with. It's like it has some metal elements to it.
Totally.
So we had to like record live drums. I had a friend play some guitar on it.
Right,
and
because your
bass.
recent hater says that you can't play
Oh
guitar.
my god, they're making it into the freaking interview. No.
They don't deserve to be here. It's cut out. But no, all of that live shit sounds really, really dope.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Would
Yeah.
you say that Ask Nicely is like the meat of where you are right now? I feel like that'd be my choice, but I also haven't heard the upcoming stuff.
I don't know. There's like different meats.
Okay, we have different courses.
We have like salami, turkey, ham. Like there's different meats, you know?
I like how you didn't go with like the charcuterie board metaphor. You went with the most different.
I don't eat meat, so I just
Okay,
named
sick.
random meats that
You said the ones at the top of my head are salami, ham.
turkey. I don't know. I panicked.
No, it's great. So
But-
Ask Nicely for me, I feel like is the pinnacle of like where you are right now in your sound. So I want to hear about that, and then I want to hear about what's next.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my sound right now is having no sound right now. It's just like
Awesome.
literally like having fun, being in a playground of sound and like doing this genre that I've always loved since I was a kid, but I never felt like I could do it. Or
Like the rock genre?
yeah, like the rock, like belting, like really screaming, like sing-songy ones.
Yeah.
And then there's like the more like stylistic, like chill electronic music, and it's just like all over the place.
Yeah.
So right now I feel like the meat of what I'm doing is just like not boxing myself in to any meat.
No, it's so good. And like, I love when artists say this because then I get to be like, there actually is such a through line between all of your music that maybe you can't see because
No, I do. I think like with any artist, it all goes through like the you filter. Like because of taste, because no matter what genre I do, no matter if it's like rock or jazz or anything.
bubblegum pop, like it's still gonna be you.
What I like is what I like, and that's my taste, and that's what
Yeah.
like is the through line with everything, you know?
Yeah, I would much rather hear a song that sounds completely different from the last one you put out if like the production suits the song itself.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know. There's this weird like concept from like people that aren't niche indie music listeners where they're like, oh, you're trying to be Paramore or you're trying to be Taylor Swift and like change genres every album.
Yeah.
But it's just you sitting at your desk being like, I want to write a shoegaze song today.
Yeah, and it's also like I get really bored of things really
Yeah.
quickly. Like even in my day-to-day life when I listen to music, it's like all over the place. So it would make sense that in my creative endeavors, it's also that way, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. So you said rock was something that you'd always wanted to do in your music, but you didn't think you could?
Yeah, because I never like tapped into like my higher register of like singing. I was always like very timid and quiet when I would sing in songs. And this is like the first song where like I actually like sing.
Yeah.
You know, to the point where I'm like, damn, how am I going to recreate this live?
What do you mean? No, you've totally got it in you.
It's in there.
It is. I feel like once you're on stage, it'll be like cathartic.
Yeah,
and
it'll
just
be
let
so
it out.
fun. I'm so excited to play live again.
Yeah, when is that gonna happen?
I think I have like a few shows this month and next month
Awesome.
and in May.
In LA?
Yes.
Okay, we'll be there.
Yes.
Done.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Totally. What are some of the rock influences or just influences in general that inspired Ask Nicely?
Well, Ask Nicely specifically, I've been like so obsessed with Willow.
Okay, I can so hear that.
Yeah, like she's so underrated.
I
like.
agree. And a lot of people would probably disagree because fame is there.
The fame is there.
But the hype for the music isn't.
And she has like a lot of like mainstream like songs. She has like the MGK like emo girl song, and that's like, you know, that's not the bread and butter of like what she does.
No, not at all.
Her new The Coping Mechanism album is so freaking good. It's so underrated, and every time I tell like one of my music friends, I'm like, oh, you guys need to listen to Willow Smith. They're like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, because like I don't know, people write her off, especially because of like the MGK collab.
Yeah,
it's like that was just fun.
I know. A girl was collecting her bag.
Yeah, it's true. And you have to respect it.
She was collecting her bag, but she's still like, she's one of the most talented vocalists I've ever heard.
Oh my God.
She has crazy control over her vocals and her songwriting. Like, she has a sound. It's so inspiring. So
the range,
Ask Nicely, I was super into like that album, and I was like, I want to make something kind of in this vein.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You totally achieved that.
Yeah.
That's super cool to hear.
Cool.
So there's upcoming music too. I want to know what your meat is. Your ham.
Personal ham is this song called CS80.
Your credit shit, your room's a mess. Why did I leave my
bed? It's like the song I always wanted to write.
Ooh.
And I never did, and I just feel like it's such a, you know how songs have like feelings or like this certain like energy to them?
Yeah.
It's like that kind of song where like you put it on and you feel like you're in like a world, and it's like very like mystical, and I don't know.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever written.
Yeah. Well, what inspired the song? How did this sitting at your desk in the dark session happen?
So I was like in album mode, and I wanted like to dive into a lot of genres on this album.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't have anything like electronic yet. So I started off with a synth called the CS80. That's what the song is named after.
Love.
So it started with that synth, and I just was writing about my depression.
Depression off of Wellbutrin.
Yes. That was a hard time getting off my antidepressant. And then I didn't write for like a really long time until I started the album. And I was like, I'm not a good musician. I'm going to quit music. I suck.
It's crazy how we think that after like a long period of writing amazing music, and then like 3 weeks go by with nothing. And we're like, oh yeah, so I suck. And
I take big breaks between music. Like after I haven't written something new since I finished the last song on the album.
Good for you.
Which has been like a month or two, which I think is fine. Like you can't always be like, you're not a machine, you know?
You're not a machine,
you're a human.
But they do want us to be.
Yeah.
Especially with like TikTok. You're supposed to put a snippet up of a new song, and they're like, okay, and put that out tomorrow?
Yeah, or people like forget about you. And I'm like, I'm not with it. Especially like all my favorite artists like take time between albums and like are very like offline. So
yeah, what are you doing in this time between writing?
Well, I'm just like finishing videos, promoting it because I don't want my album to flop. So I'm just doing everything I can to like make sure it's heard, because I'm so proud of it. Like I've never been this proud of like a body of work or music I've made. I've always kind of like ashamed of it, but this time around I'm like, no, I want people to like see it because it's good and it's something I'm proud of.
That's a huge step.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's so shameful to like take up space when
especially
your career
as a woman.
is to take up. Oh my God. As a woman and not pop too, like not doing the pop star thing, it's really tough.
It's so, I don't know why, like what it is about being a woman that it's like hard to like take up space and like have an opinion and like give your thoughts in a session or something.
Well, because we're consistently beaten down from thinking we deserve to. So
we're done with that.
Yeah, we're done with that shit. I'm really glad that you're like spending all of this energy and like pride on the album. It's important.
Yeah, it's cool. I'm proud of myself because making an album always seemed like so impossible. I was always like, how do people do it? How do people make albums?
You just start, I guess.
You just start, yeah.
Well, you said you're working on videos.
Yeah.
We were talking earlier about how like captivated we are by the sex symbol video snippets we've been seeing.
I wanna go to war so I can be your answer. I wanna take your hand, can I be a tiny dancer? If that's okay with you.
I would love to hear about how that's all happening.
So I have a roommate named Olive Ugly.
Yes.
Love you. And he is so talented. And he moved in a few months ago and brought a pole into his room.
Awesome.
And I was just like watching him dance on it one time. And I was like, wow, like this is so captivating and cool. And I was like, what if we made like a choreography to Sex Symbol, because he really liked that song.
Yeah.
And it was originally just supposed to be for one of my live shows. We tried to set up the pole.
Cool.
But it did not happen. It didn't fit in the venue. So we were just like there with this huge pole. But I was like, I really like this choreography and I still want to use it for something. So we put the pole in my parking garage and just like recorded it with some friends.
Of course.
Yeah.
I love it because like I feel like we usually see pole dancing to like club songs and it's not.
Yeah.
Like it's an awesome song, but it's just not a club song.
It's not.
And the like antithesis is so cool.
Yeah, I feel like FK Twigs does that really well. Like pole dancing to like ballads.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, Giselle's reading me always. I'm like a little bit. What's up? So
yes.
I have to watch the Cellophane music video.
That was
apparently.
on the mood board.
Oh my god! Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you make like Pinterest boards?
Yeah, I make like little mood boards off using photos off Shot Deck.
Love.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been a big fan of Pinterest Shuffles these days.
Oh.
It's Pinterest's app where you can like make collages.
I did not know that was a thing.
It's very grandma of me, but like
I love Pinterest.
yeah, no, I love it too. It's everything about. I have
They
a
need
whole
a
folder
sponsor.
of memes. Yeah, Pinterest sponsor the podcast, please. God, that would change my life. Well, what's a dessert tune now that we've talked through like all of your music?
Okay, so why do I do that? Was
Our appetizer.
Appetizer.
Ask Nicely was my meat. And then you said CS80.
CS80 was my meat.
And then Sex Symbol.
Sex Symbol,
Love,
I
just in
think,
general.
is the dessert.
It's just the bonus.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah.
I think that feels right.
Yeah. How did that song happen? What's the inspiration for it?
So I forgot about this. I remembered last night before coming here.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I wrote the guitar part for Sex Symbol in 2019.
Oh my God,
5
yeah, I
years
saw
ago.
this on your story today.
I forgot that was part of like the process. Okay, so it started off with me writing like the vocal part. But then I hated it. I was like, this doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And then I changed like the way I was singing it to be like a more like vibrato-y, like weird like style that I haven't done before. Like very like close into them. I wanna be like very like whispery.
Yes.
And then that made me like it more. But then I needed a different guitar part because what I had wasn't working. So I just started looking through my old voice memos and I found the guitar part that is now like 5 years ago.
Ugh.
Crazy.
That is so cool. Were you at Berkeley when you wrote that guitar part or was it right
Yes,
before?
I was at Berkeley.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I love the lore.
I remember my apartment. Yes, I was.
I love sometimes like going through my voice memos and I can see it was like at a certain practice
Yeah, like
room.
gives the location.
Yeah, it's like 150 Mass Ave.
The Berkeley practice rooms, bro.
Horrible, terrible place.
Cold,
desolate.
gray.
Yeah, the lights are like flickering.
There's people trying to get into the room.
People are making out in the one next to you.
Yeah.
It's good. Some guy texts you, he goes,
I've done.
do you want to do a session in the practice room later?
And you're like, no.
I don't know what that's code for. Well, that's cool. I need to go through and like scroll through my voice memos because
You definitely do.
I always do that where I'm like, oh, I'll come back to this random melody.
And then you don't. And then,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I love how that turned into like
How many voice memos do you have?
thousands.
Same.
Thousands and thousands.
That's how you know someone's like a songwriter. Like, show me your voice memos.
What's worse is that when I am in my car, I drive a lot and I think I write better when I have like something to do with my hands.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. But since my phone hooks up Bluetooth, I can't take voice memos while I drive. So I take videos. And so my camera roll is full of videos of my center console.
Just drive it like, la.
No, yeah. Like I'll show you after this. It's really embarrassing. But yeah, that's so real. I'm just like very intrigued by these like vocal styles that you kind of are trying out. I think it's cool how doing something weird or ugly is like what inspires you.
Yeah, no, like CS80, I didn't even tune my vocals at all. There's no auto tune, no Melodyne, because I wanted it to be ugly. I was just like, sit, like so ugly. But then all of the layers together made it sound like cool. Like it has like a feeling to it.
It's like organic in that sense. I think. I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
I'm excited to.
Now you know.
Yeah. I have recommended this band so many times on the podcast, so if anyone listens consistently, they're going to be mad at me.
Okay.
But do you know the band Frost Children?
Yes.
The Hearthroom album, where they just consistently change up the way they're delivering the vocals. I don't know. It's changed the way that I sing now.
It's really cool. Tizo Touchdown does that a lot too.
Okay, I haven't done my Tizo like deep dive yet.
He has like 5 different vocal personas.
Awesome.
He has like his crazy R&B style where like with runs and shit.
Yeah.
And then like he has like a more like ugly sounding vocal where like it's more loose and like whimsical.
That's so
cool. And then he has like all these different styles. He has like this 80s like Queen sounding.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's great when you're not like pigeonholing yourself.
Yeah, that's the worst. I feel like it's so cool when artists take like risks and do things that are like, whoa, like I never thought they would make a song like this.
Yeah, like you loved my last one, you might hate this one.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, I have a couple of closing questions for you.
Okay, let's do it.
I would love to know if your music was a candle, what scent would it be?
Oh, wow. Huh. Well, that's hard. Okay, I think it would be like a clean smelling candle, like a laundry, comfy, cozy candle.
Yeah.
It would like make you feel homey.
Yeah, I love the smell of like the dryer. That's
Me too.
Like kind of weird.
Yeah,
but when you walk by like the back of an apartment and like the exhaust.
I love that smell.
Great.
That's
awesome.
what it would smell like.
Okay, dope. I also want to know what your favorite sound is right now that isn't music related.
Oh, ASMR.
Are you an ASMR gal?
Obsessed.
What kind?
Every single night.
Really?
Yes. It's like wood sounds.
Ooh, oh.
Love wood sounds.
Wood
like,
sounds? Like nails on wood.
Yes.
Okay.
That's my sound.
Very good. I've been recommended ASMR a couple of times on here, and I think like I just need to do it.
I got channels for you.
Please. I don't know where to start. This is awesome.
ASMR darling.
Love.
My roommate also does ASMR. Shout out.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Yeah, start with ASMR darling.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I'm in. And then my last question is, I would love to know who your ones to watch are. Who are you listening to that I should be listening to?
Well, obviously Chapel Roan.
Well, of course.
Of course.
We need to start doing a tally of how many people have recommended Chapel.
McGee's new album.
Oh my God, yeah.
Incredible. Earth Eater. I've been listening to a lot of her.
I don't know that one.
Oh, you have to listen to Earth Eater.
Okay, cool.
Listen to Super Soaker.
Okay.
It's about
awesome. I'm in already.
Her
That's great.
Super Soaker. Oh, it's actually about that.
I didn't know what we were implying.
Saya Gray.
Oh, yeah.
She's
totally.
so underrated.
Yeah, I love that.
So freaking good. And Meet Computer.
Ooh, another one I don't know.
Listen to I Feel Like a Dog.
Okay, thank you for like giving me places to start for all of these. This is perfect.
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being here.
I'm so embarrassed that I said that. I'm sorry, Earth Eater. I just had to explain.
No, but you meant it so earnestly, and all of us with dirty minds immediately broke down. It just shows who you are as a person. I think that's great. Well, I'm so excited to hear the album and all of the upcoming music. I'm sad that we weren't friends in college, but we're friends now.
We would have had the best time.
I know, truly.
In the calf.
In the calf. I haven't heard that in so long. Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, once again, this is Once to Watch Chef's Choice. I'm Abby Kenna, joined by Ayleen Valentine. Check out all of her music on Spotify and the places.
Yay.
Yay.